Good morning and welcome to another episode of Think About It Thursday. I want to start by saying I'm super proud of you guys for all of your responses this past week. Um, and I know I already shared with you who I would like to have dinner with, and I've got her picture right up here in my office from the magazine I shared last week. So I just want to, I'm going to share a lot of them this week because you guys have some fantastic responses. I'm going to start. There's a of friends that wanted to have dinner with somebody in their family. And I thought that was precious because it made me think of my grandpa. He died this past year and he was 100 years old when he died. So I can relate to Madeline in seventh grade and Gavin in eighth grade because Madeline would like to have dinner with her dad because she misses him. And Gavin would like to have dinner with his grandpa Elbert, I believe is that name, and would like to see him one last time because he played a big role in his life. And so I think that's precious that you're remembering people in your family that are important to you. It looks like you guys did a lot of research because you've got really great reasons for the people that you would like to have dinner with. Joe in sixth grade would like to have dinner with Abraham Lincoln because he helped fight for world peace. And even though it's not super peaceful right now, he was a big part of where we are today. Paige in seventh grade wants to meet Amelia Earhart because she stood up for women's rights and she had huge dreams. And I agree with that, Paige. Amelia Earhart would be a great woman to follow in her footsteps. Marissa in sixth grade would like to have dinner with Anne Frank because of all of her struggles and how she had to work so hard just to stay alive. Sawyer Elizabeth in sixth grade would like to meet Billy Graham because he's a great person and a great Christian, and there's a library named after him right here in Charlotte. Madison in seventh grade wants to meet Bob Ross because he's always a very peaceful person and he bothers him, and I think we need more people like that in the world. I agree, Madison. I loved watching Bob Ross as a kid, watching him paint happy little trees. London in sixth grade wants to meet Clara Barton. And she said she'd like to have dinner with Clara Barton one day because she wants to know what it would be like to found something as big as the American Red Cross. Sarah in seventh grade wants to have dinner with George Washington because he was the first president and he did a lot of good things in his lifetime. Shelby in seventh grade wants to meet Henry Ford because he founded the Motor Company and drove down costs to make automobiles affordable for everybody. Jude in sixth grade wants to meet John F. Kennedy. And now, Jude, this is funny, and I believe you had a funny response last time, so I'm sharing it. I would like to hear something serious from you, though. But he wants to meet John F. Kennedy so he can tell him not to ride in a topless car. So if someone could have told him that. Gracie in eighth grade would like to meet Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan because she likes basketball and they're a great inspiration for basketball players or if you just love basketball. Then we have several people that want to meet Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Taylor in sixth grade, Victoria in sixth grade, Tyler in sixth grade, and Mrs. Hall, one of our sixth grade teachers. So all of you guys had such fantastic answers, and I'm going to read Mrs. Hall's answer because I can tell that she put a lot of work into it. She said, I would have dinner with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Not only was he a peaceful agent for change and equality, he was also an incredible writer. His use of the English language is an extraordinary thing to behold. Dr. King believed that education was the doorway, and on the other side was opportunity, enlightenment, and the chance to make a better world. In this time of discord, I would love to hear his words of wisdom. And I couldn't agree more with Mrs. Hall because right now, I think we could use some of his wisdom as to what we need to be doing in our world to bring peace. Maria in eighth grade wants to meet Michelle and Barack because they were the first Black president and first lady. And then Madison in eighth grade wants to meet Rosa Parks because she kind of started the struggle for racial equality when she refused to give up her seat to a white man in Montgomery, Alabama. And then McKenna in sixth grade wants to meet Stan Lee because Stan Lee was the creator of all the Marvel characters and she likes those movies a lot. So I can't blame you there. Those Marvel movies are great things to watch on the weekends. So We're going to go a little bit lighter this week. We've talked about inventions that you could invent and what is one rule that you would make that everyone would have to follow and why. What is a person that you would want to have dinner with and why would you want to have dinner with them? So now we're going to go a little bit light and I want to see your creative side. So what I want you to think about for this week's Think About It Thursday is if you could be invisible for one day, meaning that all of a sudden you just disappeared and you were invisible, where would you go and what would you do? What would you want to see? What would you want to look at? What would you want to experience? So I want you to think for a second, if you could be invisible for one day. I know we talk a lot about, oh, if I could be a fly on the wall in that room, or, oh, if I could be a fly on the wall there. Where would you go and what would you do if you could be invisible for one day? Okay, so get your minds thinking and let me know what you would do if you could be invisible for one day. Okay, happy Thursday. Have a great day. Tomorrow is Friday. Log into your homeroom, do your attendance quiz. Make sure that you check in with your teachers and your classes and that you get all of your assignments done. If you need any help, feel free to call the front office. I hope you guys have a fantastic day.
Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like